name's Joshua Pantano. I'm one of the environmental beat reporters for Ithaca Week. Mine is more centered on animal and plant conservation, and my story for last week was on wildlife rehabilitation in Tompkins County. And I do more focus on animal and plant conservation around Tompkins County and Ithaca. And my last story was specifically on how wildlife rehabilitation in Ithaca works. At Ithaca College, we had a beaver at the Muller Chapel, and there was a big question over how it was going to be handled because it needed to be removed from the area. And there's a big question of how relocation would work and whether it should be euthanized or brought to a rehabilitation center. So I got interested in how the process works. So I talked to a company called Wildlife Resolutions, which does a lot of animal trapping and relocation. I talked to Dr. Sarah Child Sanford at the Cornell Animal Hospital or veterinary clinic. I talked to the Cayuga Nature Center. They don't do rehabilitation, but they have captive, non-domestic animals, like animals that have been injured and can't be sent back into the wild. And I talked to a wildlife rehabilitator. The company, I think, was called Turtle Crossing Wildlife Rehabilitation. So I talked to them, and it was kind of like a step-by-step process of how rehabilitation would work, and if an animal can't be rehabilitated, what happens there, realistically what happened to this beaver. I think my biggest takeaway is that issues can often be a lot more complex than they seem, because when I went into this story, I think I had the same mentality of everyone else that, oh, it's a cute beaver, why should we kill it? There should always be another option. And I'm not saying that I would want to kill the beaver. I'm not saying that that's the right option, but I feel like I understand the options a lot more now. And when it came to euthanization, which is obviously a very heavy topic, I really wanted to understand why that would be an option, and going through this story and understanding that beavers are a nuisance species and that they can actually cause a lot of damage to the ecosystem that will end up killing and hurting more species than if you were to just euthanize a beaver, to me showed that it's not an easy issue and there's not always easy solutions. And as one of my sources said, no matter what you do, someone's going to be unhappy in the end. So things are just a lot more complex than they seem. It's never quite as cut and dry as you might think.